Hi guys, welcome back to Renterio. We wanted to have a very different kind of video this time. I have my client, Mr. Sai Prasad, who actually has a house in Chennai, and we did a renovation project in Chennai. And I want to take you guys through this whole process of how we renovated this apartment, and also we can hear the client experience as well. And I want to welcome Mr. Sai to this very beautiful information sharing video. Hi Sai. Hi Sai. Thanks for joining us for this kitchen renovation video, which will be sharing all our experience through how we actually renovated this apartment within a span of about 25 days. And I welcome you once again. And let's take our client or client who's going to be in future understand how we actually renovated this apartment. Welcome to this video.
Sure. So yeah, thank you, Chandru. So it's great pleasure actually working through this project. So end of the day, it is a mind-boggling output that we have received. Whatever we had in the initial stages and what we are experiencing, it's like awesome. So we are really enjoying, and we are more into the kitchen nowadays.
Thank you so much, Sai. We really wanted to take your feedback on this, and that's hence the video we're making right now. And let's show our customers who's watching us how this kitchen was when we actually started this particular project. So now I will play this video. Okay. So this was the status of the kitchen. I remember the first time you sent me these pictures of your kitchen, and before we had even had a discussion. I think this was the kitchen photos.
Yes.
Yes, and yeah, and this is the output which we achieved once your kitchen was renovated.
So it was initially, my wife was quite curious to have this kind of kitchen. She was looking all over the places and trying to see who could come up with a proper design and get this thing done with a lot of perfection. So we were trying to look around in a lot of sites, but yes, we were not satisfied with that outcomes. Later, we came up with Renterio.in, and then we found out like, yes, Chandru is the guy that we are looking for past 3 years.
Okay, thanks for your kind words. And can I understand what did you have an issue with other vendors, all the A-class vendors, because Chennai has all the A-class vendors like Live Space, Homelane, or any other larger companies who actually renovate homes. Why did you choose us versus those companies?
Okay, so what happened is I don't want to name. It was really an A-class vendor that we called him or called them to visit our site. So yes, we had this experience. They came and they visited our site, and we were asking like, what are the things, or can you explain me how this can be renovated? Can you suggest me what are the things that can be done? So they were more into like, you have to pay me 10,000, then we can proceed with the discussions, and they were trying to complete the order before even discussions or before even understanding what I exactly wanted. So they were more into like, today you have 25% discount or 30% discount. If you register it by within an hour or within 2 hours, you will get all those stuff. But they were not even ready to open up like what are the ideas and what exactly I wanted. So what I felt is like, okay, even if I pay 10,000 and if the end output is not as I expected, then what is that going to happen? So all the things that I did till my design phase is going to go in vain, and I don't know if there is a procedure to even revert back. So this was the exact reason where I was looking, and I was a bit concerned to go with this kind of guys. But later, the same thing, I talked to you. So what happened is the first thing that you told me is send me the photos of your kitchen. So you told like once we are going into the design phase, then there is some payment that we have to initiate, so that just to make an understanding that we are proceeding with it. So the kind of approach that Renterio had and the kind of approach that other guys had was totally different. And see, you are like almost 700 miles away from where I live, And whatever the discussion that we had, or whatever the process that we initiated, was like, okay, so this seems to be a standard process, and you are asking me photos rather than talking about the monetary things, and putting how much cost it's going to be, or giving the quotation and all that stuff. So this is the approach that it was so kind, and I was like overwhelmed with this approach, and I thought, yes, let us proceed with this, and that is how I ended up over here.
Yeah. Okay, I get that. So I think what happened was you were approached by the sales people, sales team, and their main intention is to
Yeah.
sell you the product. It's more of closing the
Yes.
transaction than
Yeah.
understanding your requirement, actually giving you a solution. So I think you
Yes.
didn't meet the designer or anyone at that stage, because I think they get too many inquiries, and they also um, need so many manpower to actually fulfill the requirements of the client. So that's okay. I mean, every company has a different approach, and I here speak to my
Yeah.
clients directly, and I would love to understand what the requirement is. And then I am actually a passionate uh, renovation guy, so I like to restore and also renovate older kitchens. um,
Mm.
and in terms of if you see, it's not more commercial. I would say commercial is a part of our transaction, but it's more to understand in terms of how this kitchen was, and then how we could actually change that place and revamp that place to a new look. If you see, your kitchen was, I think,
Yeah.
now this photos can speak for itself. The kitchen was
Yep.
quite old, and it was not planned well in terms of the working triangle, or even in terms of how this kitchen has to be used for a person who's actually cooking in that area. So I think we fixed all of those things, and I'm sure the people who are watching us right now would love to understand how this was able. I mean, how we were able to kind of change this old kitchen to a new kitchen. So let's not wait any further. Let's take them to the next thing, and I'll actually want to show how we started. How did we start in terms of civil, electrical, and all of that? And I would like to thank you again for it, because you actually helped us a lot, because we are not basically from Chennai, but we are in Bangalore-based company, but we could actually do a lot of things because you gave us opportunity, and that is very few clients understand that, and because not many can take those bold steps, but let's take them through. So guys, if you're watching this, I think this is the first thing which we did. If you see, this kitchen was broken basically. If you see, um, right, so we broke the tiles. You know we've this windows is totally changed now. We don't have this window, we don't have this door as well. If you see here, the whole counter space is made in cement. That means that it's a civil structure kitchen, so it's a structure done with brick and mortar, and then they have built cabinets to that. That's why you never see the alignments. You see, the alignments are so important in the kitchen, because you need to get the right 90-degree angle. If you don't get it, then your cabinets don't sit next to each other, and they'll have gaps and stuff like that. So these are all small nitty-gritties which have to be taken care of. So this is the first thing. We broke down the whole kitchen. If you see, the paint was taken off. The whole kitchen was broken down. I think how many days did it take, Sai? I think it was a week's time.
Yes, it was almost a week's time where we completed all the initial steps. So as Chandru told, it was initially the kitchen. The requirement was to have a U-shaped kitchen. So we had to close this door, and we have to also remove that window so that we can accommodate it. As well as there was one shelf in the left side where we have demolished that. So initially we had our civil guys or the civil experts jumping in and removing all this granite stuff and the countertop material, which was made out of cement, and we had to chip out all the tiles. So after that, the other step was to also remove the pipelines, the plumbing work and electrician point work. So all these things was provided by Chandru and team, and believe it, like they were giving it in a small millimeter measurement, so that there is no mistake that happens whenever the plumbing or electrician work is in place. So this pipes, whatever you see, it was above the countertops, which we had to bring it down so that we have our inbuilt RO inside it, and we have our dishwasher also meant to be within the kitchen. So all these things to accommodate. Yes, this is the first step that you see where we had to remove this door and the window. So this is the initial steps where you are breaking it up.
Okay. Yes. So let me to summarize this. We actually broke the whole wall tiles and the counters and everything. And yes, Renterio, the designer team, what they did was they gave you measurements of all to for your civil person, and he had full inputs in terms of where the electrical points would come. We work in because for us even 1 actually makes a lot of difference for us. So every was taken into account while we were designing your kitchen, and we did take a lot of feedback from your wife and actually design for her requirement. We did in terms of we didn't say that our cabinets has to be this size. We didn't say that our softwares only can take so much. So a lot of companies have this, and they will not customize. If you tell them you need a cabinet, technically right cabinets, I'm not saying non-technical cabinets, but technically right cabinets, we have standard sizes, but most of the companies don't customize, and that's where Renterio comes into the picture, because we are direct manufacturers of this modular kitchen and wardrobes, and we have a factory in Bangalore as you know. So it makes us easier for clients to work with us, and we have this drawings which we actually give it to the civil person, and he would actually implement that at site, and he did quite a good job, and he understood where the pipeline has to come, where the electrical point has to come, and where because we also integrated an undermount aquaguard, right? We wanted an undermount aquaguard because we didn't want an aquaguard hanging on the wall. So I think these things mattered a lot for us, and we wanted to kind of use every inch in your kitchen in such a way that nothing goes under waste. If you see here in the video, all the pipelines grooving was done, and then it was cemented. And if you see the whole redoing of the pipeline according to our design was done by the civil person, and I think it has done a fantastic job in Chennai, and it did it on time. That is very important, and we would like to thank him for the same, because there are a lot of guys who are actually involved in actually doing one renovation project. It is just not us. I would always thank the laborers who are working, the carpenters who are working, and also the patience of the client who is actually living in the flat. This was actually a renovation where you were living in the flat, and you had a very we had a set timeline in mind, and you see we had a tight timeline, so we didn't want to extend more than we had kept a grace for about a week, or a week, maximum of a week. And the civil, we need to thank the civil person, because he actually did work on time, and he understood our drawings and the window positions and everything. So yeah, if you see on this particular video right now, we built this wall, and we closed the existing window and the door which was there, right? So so we have totally taken off that door and the wascall, and we totally built this wall.
So this connection is especially for hob that I was talking about. So we had this hob with the electrical connection and the chimney point that comes above. So all these things was done, it was planned already before constructing or before doing the civil work as well. So that's what we see it right over here.
Absolutely. Let me, even the fridge points, the points behind the rolling shutters, the points for the things like your air fryer or mixie or anything, which is very much used in the kitchen, was all kept into. We didn't want any wall point, any tap on the wall. No, we always want the tap to be on the sink. On the wall, it looks really odd. So, and we wanted to conceal as much as we can in terms of your appliances and stuff. We don't want anything to be on the counter. People use it and put it back. So that is actually the thought process while actually designing your kitchen, and we did the same. And if you see here, the plumbing lines, we created the inlet, the outlet, and the electrical point for the AquaGuard just below the sink. So below the sink, normally what happens is below the sink, they would keep a dustbin. I'm not saying I'm against it, but what I'm saying is when you have a wet dustbin inside below the sink, it starts smelling. And that's where the fungus starts, right? So I always tell my clients that you should have the dustbin, which is just a dry dustbin, not a wet dustbin. So all the wet waste should go in a different place, not in the kitchen, right? Where you actually work. So if you see here in this video, we actually have plastered now. The whole electrical point and plumbing point was done, and we have plastered the whole wall, right? Um, we got it back to the shape. So with leaving all the electrical points out, including the plumbing points. Yeah, when we took all the outlets on the wall, that's very important because we don't want to have any outlet at the floor level. What happens is that then you will have to see a pipe and the whole thing is exposed. The water, when it goes, it's exposed, starts smelling and all of that. The moment you give a point on the wall, you don't have such smell or anything come out because everything is concealed. It's packed. So thanks to you again, we have this whole thing plastered beautifully by a civil person, and we put in a space for the window there on the left, and we created electrical points for the fridge and other stuff.
We had it for fridge, then we had it for OTG, and in the shutter units we had a couple of units, and the kitchen plug points, visual plug points where we have this light, night light setups, all those stuff. And there were other two setups opposite where we had lights inside this pantry unit as well as light below that top units, right? So we had connections pulled from there, and one connection for home. So I still remember those points.
Yeah, absolutely. Because see, renovation is just not easy like any other kitchen cabinet you manufacture and actually, you just fit it. Renovation involves a lot of coordination and planning and everything with the client and also with the vendors, and everything has to be preset. We can't make any changes after it's all kind of done. We have very less room for mistakes. And for example, when an electrician is working, he would place the box a little bit tilted so that we would not know right now. And once we do the whole kitchen and everything is painted, everything done, and the last, when this guy goes and places the switch box, right, then you see this whole switch box is tilted. And that's such a irritating thing. You can't correct it, right? Then you have to chip the whole thing, the tile has to be removed. Those small things and small details are so important. And and the whole experience was a great thing, and you accepted to kind of come on the video and discuss all of these things, because in a normal video I cannot share, because I would like to have all of my clients to come and speak about the work, because renovation is actually a story. It's like the whole story from the old kitchen to new kitchen. Now you see in the video it's totally plastered with putty. We left it drying for about a week, or no, I think 2-3 days, right, for the putty to dry.
So 3 days we left it. Yeah, we left 3 days for putty to dry, and it was 2 days for curing. So it was almost like 5 days overall for curing and putty to dry. Then we had the first coating of primer and one coating of paint done. So this place was left for tiles.
This place, we made it rough so that tiles can be placed, and it can be done better. Totally plastered.
As you told, yes, renovation is like it's a nice story where we were inside this home when it was renovated, and it was a live experience on each and every step that was happening over there.
Yeah. And some clients actually think it's easier, and we can actually, finish it faster. It's not that. It takes a lot of efforts and the right people to do it. Right?
Actually, the fact is, like, you can finish it faster, but the other part of it, like drying and the curing, all those stuff, right, that needs time. So obviously, if you have the cement plaster, it has to cure, and you have to leave it for 2 or 3 days so that it soaks all the water, and your wall is stronger than what it was. And again, the plaster also, if you leave it to dry, then it has a very good smooth finishes and the paint sticks very well to it.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100% on this. Absolutely. So let's show our customers how the people who are watching who want to renovate their kitchens, and so how this was actually renovated to a new kitchen. We'll come to the details of the tiles and the laminates and everything. So let's play from here. Okay. You see, this is the lift up given for the kitchen, where we can keep all the required things on a daily basis on the right side of your cooking range. And we have this corner cabinet, a bifold door. And another thing is that ma'am was very clear on what she wants. Not many people are actually have a clarity before we start a renovation project. They're not clear in terms of what they want, where they want. But we had quite a long discussion with ma'am, and she wanted things, and she made sure that we made all those changes which is required as per her kitchen requirement. So this is the end product. So if you see this, let me stop here. The window here is totally, we kept it small for a reason, because we have enough light, and we don't need such a large window. The tile here used his 2.5 feet by 8 feet. So we have put 2 feet here, and 8 feet, because we get beautiful grains. And this is like a 16 tile, not a normal 9 tile which we have used here. So, and the chimney, place for chimney just next to the window. This is the space for rolling shutter, and we had all the lighting integrated into this. All right. And so let me keep this thing at the last. This is a very special thing, I would say, which we did. We have never done it anywhere else, because we were totally customized to ma'am's requirement, right? So let me just forward the video here, and I'll come to that later. So this is the cutlery unit. Let me go back. Okay. So
she's my wife, and her name is Deepika, and she was more interacting with Chandru and team based on whatever she was asking for. There were a lot of requirements that she had, like she wanted cutlery units, she wanted pantry unit, and she was also looking for the shutter units, and she wanted inbuilt OTG, as well as I think the dishwasher. She wanted that to be inbuilt into it, and she wanted a double sink. All this requirements was from her. She also wanted the auto, which should be under the sink, and the corner units. She was looking for the proper utilization of corner units, and she also needed some more storages and a special rice drum that Chandru told, that has been resolved for the last part of this chat. So that was, I think, really customized, and that is a really nice unit that we could use. And yes, she also wanted this plate stand that you see, and there was a wicker basket which she was also curious, and these were the set of requirements that I remember, and she used to take this and talk with Chandru and team.
Exactly what you said. We made space for the thalis because our Indian thalis are different sizes and different height. So we had space for thali basket there at the last. And if you see here, this is the tandem box. 30 kgs of weight easily can be stored on this. And this is a 2 feet tandem which we have installed here. We have 2 of those because when you're cooking, you need large utensils. You can easily pick it up from the right side, easy to pick up and load and unload. And if you see, your kitchen is totally handleless. And coming to the other part of the kitchen here, just above the microwave, we have got some storage. And then this is oven oven for concealed oven, which we have here from Bosch. And this is we'll come to this again. And this is the because you need in an Indian kitchen, we require a large space for rice pack. We will come to that in detail. And this is a small bottle pull-out, which we decided to have at last at this area. And
Just stop over here for a minute, Chandru. I have to explain this part. So, yeah, whatever the part that you see that was added, like the small unit that could be opened, this was not even part of the plan. So, I just asked Chandru, like there is some space that is left after having this fridge allotted. So, can we extend this for some 300 or 500 if it is possible? So everything was planned after the material was dispatched to Chennai. So we had experts over here who are working on this wood in kitchen, and I was discussing with Chandru and team, like, can we use this, or is there any extra materials that we could have so that we can have this extra box? And to my surprise, yes. So they planned for some alteration at the end time, I think. So they told, yes, absolutely, we can go, and believe me, all these materials they had in place, and this is done with the materials that they brought already to Chennai.
Yes,
the highlight here
is, thank you so much, Sai. The highlight here is that few clients do change their mind on few things. They want a cabinet there. If they have an extra space, or say they need more shelves and stuff like that. So what happens with larger companies is that they wouldn't customize, because they would say that will probably take a month's time, because the same laminate has to be available at that point of time, and it has to be sent at that point of time, because we can't wait for, the vendors cannot wait, the carpenters cannot wait for a month for this to arrive and they'll come back. So this puts a hold on a lot of things. So I would say this is our quick reaction team. So this is at the factory. They said, okay, we have this material. It has to be sent to Chennai tomorrow. So let's cut it today and dispatch it tomorrow. So in Bangalore, I agree. Yeah, things happen. Things will take up. But Chennai, we actually decided to ship it the same next day. As soon as you told us that you need an extra bottle pull-out space, and we accommodated this requirement immediately as soon as the client said that. I'm not saying that this happens. We agree for all of the things what clients say, but some things we understand that there is a requirement, and this is a serious requirement, and we could assess it from ma'am's instructions, and we definitely made space for it and accommodated it immediately. And as you see, also want to highlight that we've used matte finish laminates in this kitchen. If you see here, this is tandem boxes for all the glasses and stuff. This is a tandem box which we have just below the rolling shutters. We have 2 numbers, and this is again ma'am's very much very important requirement she had, is she wanted a tandem drawer inside a drawer, right? So if you see this, this is inner drawer, and tandem is above that. So this is what she wanted, and we did add this wicker basket. This is for your dry stuff like onions and potatoes and stuff which you don't have to keep it in the fridge. And this is again a large 2 feet tandem box for your cookers and stuff, which we have actually accommodated it here. And this is the rolling shutter, which is about 900 mm, which is about 3 feet. We had all the switch points. If you see here, let me stop here. You had all the switch points, which is actually integrated in the design before, because we knew that we wanted the rolling shutter here. And we have given 3 switch points for your appliances, home appliances. And for your chopping board, this place is very useful if you ask me. And things which you want to use, take it out and put it back. That's the best thing. Yeah. So that's what we did on the other side. And then so basically this is what the kitchen was. I will definitely put a clear video on this, and put a more clear picture of all the images of the older kitchen and the new kitchen. And Sai, anything else you want to actually say, or I would also say customers to put in more. We can have one more discussion of this and clear out many questions people have in their minds. They can always write in our comments all the questions pertaining to this particular renovation. I'm sure there are plenty of questions which will come in, and we can definitely answer in the next video. So do you have anything which you want to share with the people who are actually watching and with the customers who are actually watching and want to get their kitchen renovated, and they're kind of trying to say which is the best time or whatever. So do you want to tell anything to them or us, and any feedback for us where it will be much helpful so that we can better ourselves in renovating kitchens?
Yes, so people who are looking for renovation, I think just plan accordingly, like what exactly you wanted. So it's not about the space; it's about what you exactly need in your kitchen. So and leave it to Renterio.in, and they can take it up like what exactly you wanted. Say like I wanted to have this box fitted over here, and they will think what is the best thing that could be done to fit that box in your place, and show your kitchen to them, and they will come up with mind-boggling ideas. And trust me, this team is so expert, and they are so helpful. They never hesitate to talk. I think almost like before finalizing itself, there were a lot of conversations that was going on to and fro with the team. It was almost like 15 to 20 days. We were keeping on conversing and coming up with a lot of points on what could be done, how this has to be done, what about the civil work, what about the countertop units, what about the tile units that we have to purchase, or how this is going to be transported. Also, what kind of finishing of the laminations that we should have. Should we go with an handle kitchen or handleless kitchen? How it is going to look? And trust me, they have a software. Whatever the requirements that we keep on asking, they change it. They never hesitate to show us the 3D diagram of whatever the look and feel that you're going to get in your kitchen. So that was really helpful for us to take it up and also decide on what exactly we wanted. We were also asking them to change the requirements even after this 3D designs, and even they adopted with that. So yes, what I tell you is, if you have a plan, if you have a dream of how your kitchen should look like, and whatever the things that you wanted to equip in your kitchen, just have that list in your mind and reach to Renterio.in. So whatever the dream that you have, they will materialize it. They have very good expert teams who can put your dreams into a reality. So more to this is like not only kitchen, I added TV unit, I have a wardrobe unit, and I have a puja unit also completed with Renterio.in. And everything is like, oh my god, I'm really enjoying to sit in front of TV and watch it. And also the wardrobe units, which we never had it all these days, and now it is like awesome. So those things are not covered over here, but yes, might be if Chandru has a time, and again, if you're going to connect, I think we will make it as a separate discussion on that as well.
I'm sure. Thank you so much for your kind words, Sai. And I think we will come back on the wardrobe and the puja unit, and also on the TV unit, which we actually did for your house in the coming videos. This video is one of the pilot video, I would say, and I want all my customers to put in all of their queries in the questions, or the questions in the comments, and we will definitely answer all of those questions on home renovation. And this is very important. I always tell my clients that you be clear on what you want, right? In terms of designing, the sizes, the technical details, we will take care of, because we are direct manufacturers. But your requirement has to be clear, that you want, for example, she wants a 3 feet drawer system, and she needs more drawers instead of shelves and shutters. They want something in terms of countertop, what are the color they have in mind. For them, I always tell my clients to refer this website called Pinterest and see what are the color combination they like, and what are the kind of kitchen they're looking at and stuff. Technical details, leave it to us. Execution, leave it to us. Design, you can leave it to us, but you should be clear on your requirements and the stuff which you're going to put on inside your kitchen. So if you have those clarity, rest we will take care of. The problem happens when there is no clarity on the design and we start execution. We never do that. We want to be very clear. That's why we took so much of time with ma'am and understood her requirements. So she was exactly clear what she wanted, where and how. So again, I should thank you for the same, and definitely we'll have more videos on kitchen renovation, home renovation, and also the wardrobes which we did for you. And we will share more details on the materials used, and customers can understand what materials to choose, how to choose, and the pricing as well. I think pricing is very crucial. There are a lot of parties in the interior design industry. One is the manufacturer, the retailer, and then the designer. So how this things works, I'm going to put in all of these details in the coming videos. And thank you so much for joining, Sai. It was great to have you. And we will definitely come up with more videos on the wardrobes with you, which we did it in your house.
Sure.
And thank you so much
Yeah.
once again for your kind words. Thank you so much, Sai. So we will sign off now, guys. If you like this video, kindly please subscribe, like, and share, and more people can get information on how we actually can renovate their homes. And we will also discuss about budgets, because budget is very important. In the coming videos, we'll also discuss about what should be the budget in mind when you're actually renovating a kitchen or a 2-bedroom house or a 1-bedroom house. I do get a lot of calls from Delhi, Mumbai, and all of that, asking me how much would it cost, because cost is very important in terms of setting their budget and time and everything. So thank you so much, Sai. We will come up with more videos. It was great chatting with you today, and we enjoyed your presence here in the video. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day ahead. Stay safe.
Yeah.